Worst thing you could do is offend somebody and not know that you offended them. And it's really about the way that you deliver it. It's almost never about what you're saying. It's oftentimes how you decided to say it. I'm Artie, I'm here to help you. This is Stop Sounding Stupid. Tone is one of the trickier things in language. See, I can talk to you about your vocabulary. I can tell you, use the proper, number of syllables in your language. I can tell you about pace, and you can practice your pace. Intonation, how high up and low you go. Enunciation, you can practice enunciating or over-enunciating words so that you can become comfortable. Always become comfortable with the things. If you don't become comfortable with the things, then you can't be comfortable. You get my point, right? Comfort breeds comfort, whatever. But tone is defined. Let me get somebody else's definition. I think that's what I'm gonna do from now on. I'm just gonna grab other people's definitions of things. Ha! Here we go, I love this. A particular pitch pattern on a syllable used to make semantic distinctions. Said better, it's a way in which you choose the sound, high, low, medium, mono, dynamic, whatever, for a word to sound. Let me give the best example I can right now. Hi. 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 Now, I added a lot to each one of those. If I were to just go straight face for a moment, hi. Hi. Can you tell the difference between hi? Hi. Hi. My face stayed the same, but the tone changes everything. You can say, I'm sorry. You can also say, I'm sorry. Which one of those sounded authentic? Which one of those made you actually believe the person was actually sorry? This is also, one of my favorite books is, yeah, I can grab it. One of my favorite books of all time is 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. It is a book on basically power. And the problem with this book is that it cuts two ways. It teaches you how to manipulate people. It also teaches you how to not be manipulated. Because if you understand how manipulators move, then you're able to work within their power structure and even defeat them at their own game. Here's the problem with tone. Tone works just like the 48 Laws of Power. First, I want you to understand tone. I'm sorry. So that you can convey the messages that you want to convey in the way that you want to convey it. I'm excited for you. Man, I can't believe you just did that. Man, I think you stink. Man. You see what I'm saying? It's about the tone. But then you have a narcissist, a person who is trying their best to demean you or make you question, maybe gaslight you. I'm sorry. If you, like the 48 Laws of Power, understand how tone works, because you yourself understand tone and you're able to utilize it to communicate effectively, you can, for the most part, tell when someone's trying to game you. No, we're not getting into psychology. I can't help you with that. But the best I can do is tell you, learn how to use tone correctly. Because again, you never want to offend somebody and you don't know it, right? Like, for instance, here's one way to offend a person. Hey, where do you come from? I'm from America. North America specifically. My family's from Vermont. You know what I mean? Like, it's about the tone. Where are you and your family from? Mind you, that sentence is incorrect. Really what I'm saying is, what is your national origin? But we won't even get into that. My tone affected you, right? It either made you angry. How dare you ask me where I'm from? I'm more New York than you are. And I'm a transplant. How you feel? Or, let me just give you the answer to the question you're asking, even though you're not asking the right question. That's all we're talking about. And you'll hear me repeat this word every single episode of SSS. Communication. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to communicate in such a way that the thing that's in your head actually gets out. I don't want you to use the wrong tone in the wrong situation, or the wrong tone in the right situation to get you flipped, beat up, and left out to dry. Because if you offend the wrong person, please know they gonna beat you up. I don't know what else to tell you. If you don't want to get beat up, use the right tone. But the way that you can work on tone. So I think of tone like keys on a keyboard. So, I mean, you could do this. I don't know if you really want to do this, but if you really want to go all in on being comfortable with your tone, if you have access to a keyboard or you can download a keyboard app, then go ahead and download a keyboard app or get the keyboard. And I want you to play a note. Find a word. I don't care what word it is. I'll give you a word right now, high. The word high. You're gonna play middle C. I don't know what middle C is because I'm not pitch perfect, but you would say high. Then I want you to go 2 notes higher. So it'd be high, high, high. And just keep going until it just feels uncomfortable, because high is like, I'm never gonna do that to you. Hi, how are you today? There's never gonna be a time I ever say hi. You know what I mean? That's too high. Get it? The high is too high. But it's like I'm saying, find the highest you want to go, and find the lowest. Because again, I'm never gonna say hi. That's not gonna work. But find the highest and lowest, and play with each of those. High, 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 high. Try not to be musical, which is kind of hard to do when you're using a musical instrument. But try not to be musical, because high, high. All I did was drop, what, 2 semitones or something like that? Anyone that knows music, please let me know. But you get the point. You're able to play with the pitch, how high or how low it goes. And that, even more than the words you're saying, communicates incredibly. Last thing I'm gonna tell you, dogs have no idea what you're saying, to the best of my understanding. They don't get full sentences. But when you say, or, they get that. If dogs understand the pitch of your voice, what makes you think other people don't? Getting tone correct will help you to communicate in the way you want to. And it'll also help you to be a boss, get your point across, and ultimately stop you from sounding stupid.